Hi guys, Sue again. This is about take 50,000, maybe a little bit of an exaggeration, but I've just, technology does my head in. So anyway, I just wanted to share the latest journal that I've done. I've been really busy. I just can't get enough of making these journals lately, and I'm actually creating more for a pop-up shop that I'm having at the end of April in town. So I'm hoping to be able to share a lot more with you, and most of my journals are for sale. I'll link below where you can actually purchase them from, or you can message me. And I'd also like to thank everybody for your support and subscribing, and it means a lot and just gives me that little bit of confidence that you like what you see, basically. So this is once again, all my larger journals are made with a coordinating bag, fully lined, fully gusseted bag. As I said, coordinates with the journal, so for safekeeping, or if you want to go, if you're going away somewhere, you can just throw it in your overnight luggage, and it protects the journal. The bag is fully washable, so you can just throw it in the washing machine, give it a bit of an iron, and you're ready to go again if it gets a bit grubby. So you'll see in a minute, this is the fabric that I've used to cover the journal, and I've just once again stamped the journal onto the seeded calico. I've added a crochet doily here that I've sewn on as well, and some of that beautiful rosette lace. I'll show you inside. So there you go. As I said, fully coordinates. This journal is a hardcover, and it's a book that I have dissected and just recovered. So I've included a bit of paper in this cover as well, and once again stamped journal on the front, and done a bit of sewing with the seam binding and the lace rosettes there as well. It's one signature, chunky signature. Got lots of beautiful bits and pieces hanging from the top and the sides, and it's closed with a satin seam binding closure. So I'll show you through, and I'm sorry for the humming in the background there. It's a big industrial fan that I've got going. It's stinking hot here at the moment, and I'm not coping with the heat at all. Makes me so cranky. I know I'm cranky, and I try not to be, but just does nothing for my disposition at all. So I'll show you through, guys. Hope you like what you see, and thanks for looking. So as I said, this is a linen fabric with the doily already printed on there. I've added a little bit of vintage ephemera that I've inked up a bit as well, stamped seeded calico, and some stitching, and the back is just plain. Okay. So on the inside, I've just made this envelope. I've magnetized it, and I've just added a little bit of seam binding and one of those rosettes, and inside I've just done a little tag with the coffee dyed paper sewn to the back. Majority of my tags, well, all my tags are either inked, or they've got coffee dyed or tea dyed paper sewn to the back of them. This is quite fragile because I've used watercolor paper, obviously not a very thick one, but I love that look. It just adds to the whole charm of the journal. So in the back there is a pocket as well, a tuck, and I've just made this large tag, done a little bit of collage there, and inked it up on the back. So this whole album are these sort of colours, and I really loved putting this together. So I've just stamped that beautiful stamp there and stitched around it, made it a pocket, and just a large tag that I've sewn there as well. I've added here a tab of Hessian and black lace. There's plenty of room for journaling. There's a little bit of lattice lace, I'm not sure what you call it, but I just found it in my stash, and I've put the music of my heart on top of that music paper there. On the other side of that, I've just put a garment pin and a beautiful caramel coloured glass bead. Here's a side pocket and just another embossed tag. I've just rediscovered all my embossing folders. I knew I had them, but I've had them put away in a cupboard, and I've probably got, I don't know, 60 of them, so I'm going to endeavour to use them more. Here's just a folded doily that I've made as a pocket and stamped onto some seeded calico the word dream, and just sewn that on there. And I've left all my threads again. Basically know my style. If you don't like that, you can always trim them off. And here's just a couple of tags that I've just sewn some of that linen fabric, stamped a doily, put a little pearl on there, and just a little metal charm there. Here's a beautiful heart doily. I'm not sure where I found these, just at one of the cheap shops I think, and I've just dyed that. And this little piece here is actually a piece out of this book. So I've just made that into a pocket, and I've just made a little booklet for extra journaling. So this graph paper here, I've also made into a pocket page, and inside I've just made a little booklet full of extra journaling space. Plenty of room to journal. This is one of those doily side tucks that I do, and it was black, and I've just gently rubbed over some bronze acrylic paint and just added another embossed and collage tag. It's just keeping it secure there with a paper clip, which I have added some of that linen fabric to. And on the other side it's got a wish ticket and an admit one ticket. Just done a little bit of stamping. This is a book that was my grandfather's when he was at school, so it's from the early 1900s. And that's not, I have done nothing to that. That is actually aged like that. It's beautiful. Love it. Here's another large side tuck that I've made. Just added a little metal disc there. Sewn some of that rosette trim there. This is a beautiful little, I think they're meant to be place cards actually. Just fitted the theme perfectly. Peace, happiness and love I've just put on there. And just punched the other side out. So here is a large envelope that I've put in here, and there's a pocket in there, and that's just got a journaling tag that journaling card, sorry, that I've inked up. And on the other side I've just made another pocket and included in that just a piece of coffee dyed paper for more hidden journaling. Lots of space though that you can add more bits and pieces, more ephemera, whatever you wanted to add in there. So on here I've got a little envelope that I've made, and behind it I've made a pocket and just a stamped tag, and I've just tied it with some seam binding. And in here I've just enclosed another little journaling spot that I've made, thoughts that whisper to my heart. So you can put a nice hidden journaling in there. Add some little photos, tuck lots of little bits and pieces away. Of course I can't tie that nicely, I can while I'm trying to film it. I should just leave it till later. Okay, so, bit of stamping, a little bit more sewing. This is a beautiful rectangular doily I found at one of our cheap shops here. You can use that as a tuck something in there. There's a larger pocket, and just another card that I've made. I've stamped onto seeded calico and backed it with coffee dye paper and sewn all around. This butterfly I fussy cut out of, I think it was one of Tim Holt's paper sheets, and I've just put it onto book paper out of this book as well, and then just put it on top of some beautiful butterfly washi tape. So this one here, I got a little bit creative. I stamped this doily and punched the middle of it out to make this tab, and then I had these outer bits left, so I thought, what can I do? So I punched a hole in the page, stamped a cameo the other side, and just a peekaboo page, just for something different. That was a bit of fun. And there's some more of that fabric I've used on the front. So this is the middle of the signature, and I've used the fabric again as a pocket and just a couple of tags. This is all, I've hand dyed all this seam binding as well. I love the transfer that's come up differently on all of these. Just a little bit more stamping. Just another coffee dyed journaling card. And that's that tab that I made, and it's just got a garment pin with one of those caramel glass beads and just a beautiful little lantern charm. This is just another journaling card that I've made with a butterfly, another one out of Tim Holtz papers, and this is just some of the book paper from the inside of this book, and it's just held on with a paper clip and seam binding. This is the other side of that envelope, so you've got another pocket here, and I've just got some journaling cards in there, and another pocket there, and just another booklet that I've sewn a signature in, so space for lots more journaling. So here's one of the pen holders that I'm including in my journals now. So in mine, I use it as a bookmark, so I just put it wherever I need to put it, so that when I want to journal, I can just open it to the page I'm on to next. And it's just holding this larger envelope that I've made. Got my embossing folders out again for this, and I've just done a little collage with some lace and fabric. This image here is out of this booklet as well, and I love this verse: life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself. It's very true. And inside, this is just an image out of the book as well. It's just beautiful. They don't do that anymore, do they, in our books? Very rarely. And that just clips on, as I said, with this pen holder. It's a bit more of that Hessian and black lace that I've tucked over from this page band. And on the inside of that, I've just added a decorative card and another tag. And that's the other side of that page out of my grandfather's school book. Here's another one of those stamped fabric pockets that I've sewn on, and I've just placed a tag in there. It's this other side of that grid paper that I've made into pockets, and in this one I've just included some more beautiful coffee dye paper for journaling. Another little ticket that I've sewn and backed with coffee paper. It's another larger pocket that I've made, and one of my seed packets. This is magnetized as well, and I've just made a little banner tuck there. You can tuck something under there. I've just used it to decorate that pocket as well. It's got seam binding, did I say magnetized, and inside I've just put a little tag. You can put anything in there that you like. That just tucks over like that. Another one of the side tucks, and another little journaling spot. Just another tag that I've embossed and used some of that lace trim, rosette trim. And this is the back, and I've just done a pocket here, sewn some seam binding and tied a little bow, and I've just put a tag, larger tag in there. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and once again, thanks so much for your support. Give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.